Hello and welcome to Worth Beyond Earth. This is a space for souls who've never quite felt like they belong here on Earth and now are starting to remember why. Here we talk spirituality, crystals, starseeds, the soul's journey across dimensions. I'm Marina and together we will remember who we are, where we came from and why we're here. Let's go beyond. Alright guys, so this is going to be the third part of the channeling that I received from a representative from Sirius. And in the previous episodes we already answered the first three questions that I asked them. The first question was, what's currently unfolding on Earth and why should starseeds be aware of it? And what should they be aware of specifically? What role do starseeds play in these current events? That was the question number 2. The third question that we answered was, what concrete steps should we take as starseeds to fulfill our present mission? And today we are discussing a very, very big question and probably very relevant for a lot of us starseeds currently incarnated on Earth. What is happening to starseeds who are struggling, who are in pain, and maybe are still unawakened? What shall they do to get back to their most favorable timeline? So today we will discuss, is the pain a prerequisite? Is it inevitable? Is it necessary? Is it a choice from your higher self? And what should you do to get actually out of this pain? How can you get back to your most favorable, most optimal timeline? So stay tuned for today's episode. I would like to specify on this topic that I received very clearly from this representative from Sirius that, as irritating as it might sound, and as I already said several times before in this podcast, suffering for starseeds is purely a personal choice. I know it might sound a bit unfair, like I have definitely not chosen that problem with payments of the mortgage, or problems with the family, or problems with health, or with the money, or relationship in the family, or something like that. But as I already said before, and as I said in the second episode of the podcast, starseeds come here with the specific conditions of the contract. We come here with the basic package of everything that we need to stay happy and joyful. The only trick is that when we incarnate, we forget about it. We forget that we are given everything. Again, here a small caveat in the brackets. It's also similar for the Earth souls. There are differences, but for most of the Earth souls suffering, it's also a choice, though not a conscious choice. It's an unconscious choice of the ego. And it's the same mechanism works for starseeds as well. It's our ego that traps us into struggling, into pain, especially when we feel so different, we feel less resourceful, we feel disadvantages compared to other people, and this creates a negative spiral, and it shifts our focus from the happiness to unhappiness, and of course, where focus goes, energy flows. So you manifest all of these terrible things that you imagine. And this is just a function of the mind. So this is something that can be trained for all of us. And I personally would argue is beneficial for us to train. So a lack of mastery in working with our own mind and the ego is basically the reason why starseeds are struggling so much and being in pain. It's basically because our ego takes over and we are just tired. We might have, physical pain, emotional pain, mental suffering, and we're just tired to keep it all together and we break down. And it's perfectly fine. There is no shame in that. I am myself a wreck every now and then. It happens that I just cannot handle it myself. My mind takes over, my fears take over, my past, the judgments, the self-judgment, the guilt, the shame, all of these things, they're all normal for us. And we all sometimes some people more often than others just fall into this, and it's okay. We just have to try to be again compassionate with ourselves and remind ourselves that it's fine. We will get through this alone or together, but eventually we will get out of that and everything is okay. We are taken care of. We are never ever alone. So the task is just to try to find our balance and our center, our point of calm and self-support. And from this point of balance, even if for a couple minutes a day, for several minutes a day, you will feel a break, you will feel a pause. And from this pause, you can feel your supporting ground. You can realize that whatever your ego is pulling you towards, this is not your true heart's desire. This is not your soul's desire. This is what your scared ego is screaming at you. And it's fine, because that's its function at the end of the day. So there are no restrictions or prohibitions here either. You came here not just to work off a contract, but again, depending on your personal tasks and so on, to experiment, to create and to explore this world and all the possibilities in it that interest you. So the pain and suffering can be released through the mastery of your ego, through being able to let go. And then once you have all that energy released, you gathered it and now you have it available, you can spend it on exploring this world. And you can you can recognize this ability when you have this access energy, when you have this break, and you can direct this energy to self-healing, to exploration, to art, finding a purposeful career, dedicating yourself to your family, and so on and so forth. And remember that in this world, everything is designed in a very interesting way, so that others are your mirrors, and they will highlight your points of growth. And roughly speaking, what irritates you in other people actually irritates you within yourself. So it means that in order to work these ego struggles, you just have to accept certain things, that it's fine, that you have it, that others have it. Try to judge it less, try to calm down. And like metaphorically, stop making ripples and slapping your palms on the water. Calm down, relax, and everything will even itself out with time. Everything will calm down and eventually will resolve itself. Sometimes you will get a lot of help as soon as you just stop, making a lot of movements. And again, this is the function of the mind and the ego, the monkey mind, as they say, to make all of these movements and create this panic. But if you are centered, if you remind yourself to try to be mindful, you will remember how empowered you actually are. In general, the main and central recommendation I received is like this: relax and just find as much as possible your personal calm, your personal balance. Do practices that bring you peace, whatever it is, creativity or cooking or caring for your family, your work, your business, traveling, gardening, anything that fills you up. Do something from your personal uplifting list every single day. And you should have this list. You should really have a list of things that make you feel happy, make you feel fulfilled, make you relax. And you need to really remind yourself to do these things every single day. You need to remember to fill your cup first every single day. Remember that the people around you will try to get your attention, will try to get your energy because they need it, and because you are shining very bright as a starseed, and they recognize that, and they will try to ask you for help. Remember to never give others before yourself unless you are fully resourceful. It's like the rule in the airplane. First you put on the mask on yourself, then you put a mask on someone else, even if it's your own child. And the reason for that is that you are no good and no help to a child if you cannot breathe yourself first. So please remember that you have a special capacity and you need to fulfill yourself first, and only then you can help others. So no self-sacrifice, no unaccounted for charity, no giving yourself away completely if your own resource is drained, if your glass is not full at all. First fill yourself, and then by doing it you will automatically feel others shine, and your shine will spill over on other people. But you need to give yourself permission to focus on yourself and to take care of yourself first. So be an observer, move through the day being centered and feeling what is happening, feeling the energy, feeling how much resource you have, how much resource you can give, and eventually you will get a sense of the proper energetic flow. And another very good part of the information is that all the necessary codes, information, everything that you need to fulfill your purpose is being downloaded into you when it's needed. Your higher self, your soul are fully controlling that and making sure that everything is done right. Sometimes it might feel like it's way too intense, but just trust that you are under control. Like nothing is no one has abandoned you ever. Please don't ever feel that. And I certainly know what I'm talking about, because I did feel like I was abandoned several times and it was really painful. But then every time I got out of that state, I was yet again reminded that I was never really alone. Everything was under control, everything was fine. I was just so deeply, in my ego monkey brain suffering that I could not feel it and I could not trust it. But everything is there, so you are receiving all the necessary information as you need. You don't have to specially request it unless you feel like you would like to, and everything that you need will come to you by itself from your environment. You will receive invitations from people to do a meditation or activation, participate in special event or in a retreat. Just take part in whatever comes your way and that resonates with you, that feels right, feels in a good moment, feels in a flow. And your energy, your resource lies in relaxation and lightness, in your ability to stay centered in the eye of the storm, So in order to be able to withstand these winds of the storm, you need to learn how to make yourself resourceful again and again and again. So take on whatever comes your way that feels that it resonates and it feels right with right people at the right time. If some things need to be forced or pushed or pulled, or you have to manifest something super hard and you have to really meditate on something super hard, probably there is a bit of tension in this, and maybe you could try letting it go at least for a while and see how the space, how the environment around you loosens up, becomes more relaxed, the energetic flow is smoothening, and how things start coming more in the flow in a very easy way for you. So this is kind of a trade-off, or maybe part of the special conditions that we receive when we come here. On one hand side, yes, we're given everything we need to live a fulfilled and joyous life, but we are also given a mechanism of the brain and the ego that are very gladly and happily forgetting that part. So we need to remember to get back to our center again and again, and remember that we do have this center, we do have this calm, we do have this empathy for others and ourselves at all times available to us. And whatever is happening, whatever storm we're going through, it will be okay. You will solve it. You have all the resources you need at all times, and all the help that you need externally will always come your way. Just ask for it when you need it and believe that it will be given to you, because it definitely will. That's the law of this place. So I would say don't contract, don't tense up, but try to loosen up and try to relax. Because when you're contracting and when you're tensing up, you're literally making the environment and the energy dense. You're pulling it back to 3D. When you're relaxing, on the opposite, when you are becoming lighter, this expands you, this expands the space, and it makes everything lighter, and this ascends yourself and your environment to 5D. So I would conclude that this is our main purpose as Starseeds here. This is purpose of our work, and this is what we came here to do. We came here to elevate the space as a common group, as a society, through elevating our personal experiences and our personal spaces, through being in a center, in being in our heart. So that's it from me for you today. This is all that I received from the Sirius that came in contact with me when I asked them my questions during channeling. I hope you enjoyed these episodes. I would really love to hear your comments, your ideas, your response, and anything that was interesting for you in this. Do you agree with the suggestions, or maybe you have alternative ones, or maybe something better? Let me know. And as always, remember who you are, stay curious, stay open. You are worth beyond Earth. Until next time.